Hello, social media. So I'm up in Peoria. I just finished one of my medical appointments for. Anyway, the reserve requires me to periodically get checked to make sure that I'm not blind or deaf. And without my glasses, I am definitely at a disadvantage. With apparently pretty good, actually. I was pleasantly surprised by that. They are well-made glasses. Anyway, to the hearing test, the reason for this post. And I'm not at all serious about any of this, and if this gets a laugh out of you, that's the entire point here. I'm sure somebody else can sympathize with me here, but anyway, this hearing testing device. I got to look at the year and make of the damn thing, and apparently this thing was made all the way back in 1989, so it's been around a hot minute. But you know what? True quality lasts, I guess. If you don't need to update your damn hearing checker, why would you? So cool. Thing's damn near like 40 years old. But in any case, we're about 30 seconds into this thing. I close my eyes. I don't know why I think that helps with your hearing, but I'm thinking that it helps me concentrate. I slow my breathing down, and about maybe 30 seconds in, you know, if you've ever taken one of these hearing tests for the military, I don't know if it's any different on the civilian side. I don't remember having this much trouble with it like back in like elementary school and middle school, but about 30 seconds in, like, it gradually gets quieter when you're like clicking and like hearing the noises, and maybe 30 seconds in is about the last noise that I faintly but definitely hear, excuse me. And then silence, and I'm not clicking. And then about 5-second intervals, I start clicking again because I can't quite tell, like, am I hearing something or am I not? I slow my breathing down as much as I can. I can definitely hear my breathing. I can definitely hear the air vents above me. I cannot hear a tone, definitively. It's one of those sort of things where I promise I'm not going crazy when I say I hallucinate. But, like, it's one of those things, like, you're not sure, like, can I hear something or not? And then a thought occurs to me, like, wait a minute. I've been in combat, by the way. And I don't mean to overstate my service. I've never actually fired a shot in anger. I've been in Iraq. I've been in the Sunni Triangle for quite a while, actually. I did a full year over there with the 36th 25th 20 years ago. In any case, and I've never fired a shot in anger because it's usually those sort of hit and run situations where, like, I was in tower guard for a while, and like right in front of my tower is like mostly woodline, and like maybe you see like periodic movement in there, but you don't want to just open up on phantoms. You know, you want, like, they make a very clear point of saying, like, you will go to Leavenworth if you like deliberately kill somebody that you don't have a good reason to be shooting at. So, like, but in any case, like, that's the only limiting factor to what I can see from combat. Certainly hearing was never a factor. You know, like in all those situations where shots are being fired by the people that can see better or in a better position. And I've been in convoys as well where we took fire, and some other people in the convoy did open up, but I just wasn't in a good position. But it was all about angle and what you can actually see. Which, again, my vision wasn't a problem. You know, it's one of those things, like, things just happen so damn quickly. You just don't always have the opportunity in, like, those hit-and-run situations. But certainly, you're not having to listen to the very faint noise of beep, beep, beep that's so damn quiet that your breathing drowns it out. And anyway, about 15 minutes of me sitting there, like, clicking at phantom noises, the lady comes in and says, oh, it looks like when you clicked when you weren't supposed to click, it shut the test down. I was going to be sitting there literally until forever if this lady hadn't realized that 15 whole minutes had gone by after the test is normally over for most people, and I'm still just sitting there wondering what the F is going on. It's like, are they trying to see if, like, am I, like, hitting the noises when maybe, like, I'm hearing things that are outside of human hearing range? Like, my imagination just going wild, and I don't want to be that guy to ask, like, hey, I think the test is broken because I can't hear shit. I definitely don't want to flag myself as, like, being hard of hearing, although I'm pretty sure I'm not. But it occurred to me, like, from those times where we have been taking fire, you need to be able to hear your goddamn vehicle NCOIC scream contact left. You need to be able to hear the radio. You need to hear where the fucking rounds are coming from. Either mortars, rockets, the goddamn AK-47s, whatever it is. You need to be able to hear people yell. That's about the limit of your need to hear in combat, especially if you're like a soft MOS like I was. I was a damn 63 whiskey. At the time, it was goddamn wheeled vehicle mechanic. Now it's 91 Bravo because somebody that needed an OER bullet changed the MOS's designation. But that's neither here nor there. Certainly, any noise that's soft enough that is below the level where your breathing would drown it out, if you're breathing, it's probably an inconsequential noise for most people. Certainly in my current situation, I'm probably not going to be in one of those situations where I'm having to defend a convoy or definitely stand on the wire as a damn lieutenant colonel. So I thought about that too. Realistically, the amount that I need to be able to hear nowadays is, am I able to like easily hear conversation with a counterpart that's barely above the level of the ambient noise in the room, which I can. And am I able, when I'm giving a command and staff and my numbers suck, am I able to hear the periodic snide remarks of my commander when he's telling me that I need to make my staff do better? I can. I can definitely vouch for that one. Yes, I can. So that would be my recommended modifications to the hearing test. Is like the same way they did it for the APFT. They made it like supposedly more authentic to combat. Do the same thing with the damn hearing test, because when goddamn shots are being fired, whatever else have you, you're going to be able to hear most things unless you're super hard of hearing. I guess maybe if you're like SF or infantry and like you need to be able to like hear like the very soft shuffling of feet like 3 rooms away, maybe you need a little bit harder hearing test. So maybe make one for like the goddamn door kickers to make sure that they haven't made themselves go deaf, and the artillery people that's maybe a little bit more stringent. But goddamn it, if I'm sitting in a goddamn briefing room somewhere, like moving numbers from a goddamn system of record into a PowerPoint, I really, really, really don't need to hear those noises that my breathing will drown out. Anyway, sorry. I promise I'm not trying to whine. I'm hoping that somebody else will hear this and say, yep, that's my thoughts about the hearing test as well. But anyway, hello from Peoria. I need to get on with my life now. Time to go back to work. She also commented, she's like, you're very well dressed for a hearing appointment. I'm like, yeah. I had some other things to take care of while I'm in this area. My higher headquarters also works up here, so paying them a visit in a bit. Anyway, that's what's up. Hello from Peoria.